bedrock legends of the game like Alexis Sterling, who was a contemporary of Bobby Jones. Babe Zaharias, one of the greatest athletes of all time. Louise Suggs. Joanne Carter won it 5 times. And Julie Inkster, 3 in a row. On this Sunday, against the gorgeous backdrop of the Puget Sound, it's Monet Chun, 21 years old, trying to become the first Canadian since 1978 to win the U.S. Women's Amateur. Big Ten individual champion this spring at the University of Michigan. Squaring off against the dynamic 17-year-old sensation from Japan with the game to match the name, Saki Baba. Could be the second from Japan to win it. 36-hole final. Playing for one of the oldest trophies in the game. And Saki Baba, here she is at the 4th, already with a 2-up lead.
She really just played tremendous golf this morning. We didn't see hardly any mistakes from Saki, and that's tough to beat.
And so she's 3 up, and now her second at the 5th.
And this long par 4 gets a nice bounce off the front left contour of this green.
Just like that, Saki Baba is 4 up. Now 3rd shot. Par 5, 8th, one of 5 par 5s here at Chambers Bay, a par of 73. Another superb approach shot, and Baba goes 5 up through 8. Now at 13, another par 5.
Yeah, knowing her opponent, Monet Chun was in trouble on the left side with a difficult angle towards this whole location, plays a really smart shot here. I mean, she really epitomized today. Pedal to the metal. Keep it going.
6 up at that point, now at the 14th.
Just her iron play has been nothing short of spectacular. She takes dead aim at almost every flagstick. And has made a fair amount of those putts, like that one right there.
Here we are with an...
Like she's picking up, Rich, right where she left off from this morning.
See if Chun can mount a comeback from 1895 through 2015. Only one all-international final. This the 3rd now in the last 7 years. Canada and situations that may crop up. And let's go down to Julia with Monet Chun.
Going with a 5-wood here, 223 to this hole today. 180 to the front, and that got kick left, I think.
Yeah, I think that's going to funnel all the way down, almost down to the 18th fairway. This was a hole she really didn't play well in the first time around, was actually way right on her second
sphere. Baba with just 189 to the hole, 146 to the front. They moved this par 5 tees up to make it reachable.
And that's what she has been doing, not even all day, but all week. Just putting it in the right spot. That should come to rest right there, but I guess you never know around Chambers Bay. Oh my gosh. That's a really wet area right there too. That's gonna be tricky too. Very unlucky there.
All right, Julia.
She had just 43 yards to this hole, 5 paces to work with, and it's a pretty good shot from down there. It's a really tight lie.
She had to make sure she got something straightened from her all week, Kay.
No. And a really good play right there. Had to ensure she hit it firmly enough. The last thing you want to do is have it come up short and come back towards you. Yeah, this putt will be on the speedy side, and everything slopes right to left. And just like her pace.
Good effort.
.254 down to the bunker where it cuts into the fairway.
One of the first.
Some of the other players, but she has a lot of accuracy.
Yeah, she has beautiful tempo and rhythm and very repeatable golf swing.
You can see the golf course is a lot greener than it was in 2015. They've had a wet spring here.
She's aiming too far right. We know she likes to take dead aim.
Well, it's been a while since she's hit out of the rough, so it could be a little
What a
little
shot.
uncomfortable for her, but no, not when you hit it that straight.
It's like a video game. She just doesn't miss the target. Knows exactly where it's going.
And that's so.
This is a really good shot up the right side of the green.
Excellent. Well, look, maybe you just don't focus on being 7 down. Go try.
And Monet will pay attention. Yeah, as her putt is very similar.
Definitely could use this one right here.
That's a start right there.
1-3, Baba 4.
That was one of the most confident strokes that we've seen today. Here as everything funnels to the back left. If you miss the green well to the right, it could potentially pick up enough pace to get all the way to the flag, but the camera tower left side of our camera up there is a good target.
On her most of the time. She hits a higher ball going more directly at the flag.
Right as you said, Morgan, you could see it, you could hear it, that big first bounce.
Just a little bit of a bobble there coming out of the fringe. I think took a decent amount of pace off that putt. Yeah, I just never got it out far enough to the left. Not sure if that. Wow.
There's a gift.
That's a very generous.
Beginning to get interesting. You think maybe I'll stick with this, and chance we'll see an all-time comeback. She likes it.
Yeah, just up the left side, ideal.
And that's going to give her a better angle. Not going to play quite as much uphill, which I think is important for her slightly flatter ball flight.
At times and just brush it off. Don't let it shake your core center of confidence.
It's interesting because she does not have very much match play experience. So she's, never had a massive lead.
Just going with a hybrid here. She walked up and pulled this club very quickly. I think she knew what she was going to do.
Yeah, that'll be just fine there. Her feet are aimed a little bit left to the front of the green. Playing a little bit of a fade.
Actually, pretty straight shot, and that was really well played. That was well thought out, exactly where she wanted to go.
I'm not sure if this is going to come back off this false front. But still, really, that was a good, solid.
104 to this hole today. Has to still worry a little bit about this bunker in front of the green. Needs to carry it about 99 yards. There's a small ridge on the left side that she can use.
She's hitting some really good shots here in this second 18. That is outstanding.
And this is what she needed to do, Rich.
Because she has to negotiate a hump, she almost would have to put it up into the fringe. And so she envisioned what she wanted to do, landed it on the more flat area, and that was gorgeous.
And that is the shades of Gary Woodland.
Really good job to get that ball in the hole first.
That's great up and down right there. I mean, great.
This will move right to left on her, just 4.5 feet.
That hurts.
Yeah, she can't afford to do that after winning the last 2 holes.
Baba's tee shot on the way.
Another beautiful drive. She hits such a lovely, high, long, straight drive.
Okay, she's pretty tall already, and apparently
She's very accurate off the tee, and she'll need an accurate one here. Headed up the left side of the fairway. Should catch a piece.
It does.
Advantageous for her to use that slope on the left side. She tries to carry this all the way to the hole. Might go a little long.
I think ideally with her ball flight needs to use that front left slope to get it close to the hole.
And this is headed up the left.
Might be too far left. Oh, and she hits off the down slope. That's the shot, the little bit of a pull draw. That's her miss. It's her.
Yes, as Jim talked about, this is just a little bit of a deceiving hole. You cannot see the green. That bunker obstructs the flat part of the green, but she trying to take it up that left side a little bit, and we're seeing the
Old man.
Ah, that was great, Julia. Well done.
That's a really difficult shot. The grass was going into her ball. Really hard to judge how it will come out of that lie, and she did a great job.
That was pretty phenomenal right there. I mean, you have no control out of a lie like that. And
a little bit of left to right break initially, then should straighten out. Looks like pretty good speed.
Look at this. She did it!
Burko, what can't she do?
Truly remarkable watching this 17-year-old here at Chambers Bay.
yeah, just golf clap for that.
A little surprised she's going with driver here. Not really needing it on this short hole, but she is aggressive by nature, and she's staying true to that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as her game progresses and she gets a little bit older.
Swing.
Her swing coach calls her the honey badger. He says she has a lot of fight in her. We're going to need to see it right here on the next few holes.
Yeah, being a caddy here for 13 years and caddying in a couple USGA championships, he knows this course like the back of his hand.
Just dialed in. It's just so tough. That's such a fast putt from up there, and it's easy to be tentative. Jim can probably relate.
It all looks so good.
And how close to the sand. She takes this. Yep. Challenging it right over it. Beautiful drive. She is in some kind of mode right now.
Yeah, continues to play well and also throw. Now Monet Chun.
She's taking this a little bit further left in the center, but it needs to carry to get over this bunker, and it does.
right down there by Baba. That's what Jim was talking about up there at the green.
And people down.
Really a good advantage to know where this hole was located earlier in the first round. It's on a good line, just barely left of the hole.
Oh, that's going to slope down all the way to the left. Is that going to come back, I would imagine? That's going to be a really tricky shot. We've seen her chip well off these tight lies, but that's going to be very quick.
Another hole trying to decide what club to hit.
This now for birdie.
Just didn't quite get.
She really likes chipping with her 58 degree. She's found a portion of this first cut that's not very thin, so she might be able to put some spin on this ball. This is a very difficult chip off that downslope.
Yeah, that was not her best, considering we know how good her hands are. This, I think it's going to end up stopping on the green, but I think she could have done a little bit better than that. That wasn't exactly what she was looking for. For down, and we haven't really seen any of that body language today, despite the situation.
But Morgan, a lot of that is what Jan did. You sort of knew that was going to go in.
Morgan, I'm kind of liking.
Used to hit a little bit of a draw, but her coach suggested that she start to learn to hit a little bit of a fade to improve her score. So this year she switched to hitting a touch of a fade, and it's not that easy to do.
It just doesn't miss the middle of the club face all that. So she's 9 down with 11 holes to play.
Needs a fortunate kick out of the rough here. Is she going to get it? Similar place to where she was in the morning session.
Nice shot.
Yeah, taking this down the left side. Morgan, you made a good point about maybe hiring Bo at Pebble.
Hey, caddied for what, about 5?
She has 81 to this hole location, located 45 paces on the very back portion of this green. Just looking to hit something the number. She can use that slope behind the hole, but it might spin it back a little too much.
Good play. She learned from her mistake this morning, throwing it way too far up on that backstop and spinning back.
Taking it all the way back there, ensuring she got it to the tier, the back tier. Just a thing of beauty.
It's not so much about the score. It's about the beauty of what you're watching.
Baba 4. Baba is now 10 up with 10 to play.
SGA.
This looks like an excellent line.
This little, just simple fade that she plays with her irons she is so precise.
This is headed out to the left, towards those people on the left side. Might grab that slope and come all the way down.
She might get away with this one.
Chambers Bay in a nutshell. Almost ends up in the same spot.
Downhill, very quick, moving left to right the whole way. And that was a good stroke.
Yeah, if you think about
Go ahead. Do that in style. One of the great performances we've ever seen. Saki Baba has won the 122nd U.S. Women's Amateur Championship. It matches the third biggest margin of victory in championship history, 11-9, Babe Zaharias in 1946. Yes, it is the land of the rising star.
I know this isn't how you wanted the week to end, but 156 girls started and you're one of two still standing. So how proud of you are you to get to this moment?
No, I'm pretty excited to be here just to represent Canada and Michigan especially. Yeah, I'm just excited to be here right now.
At what point in the match could you kind of see it turning, and could you see Yaki kind of gaining some momentum?
Yeah, I think it was at some point in the first round. She made a birdie putt and I missed mine, and I think that was kind of the turning point. And there was definitely some other parts out there where she made a couple more putts. So yeah, just through the whole match, I think.
You've earned a spot next year at the U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. How excited are you for that, and looking forward? You have such a great career ahead of you. So how excited are you of that?
No, I'm pretty excited. I haven't played a professional event yet, and I'm going to tee it up next week at CP. So after that, I think I'm going to gain some momentum for next year.
Awesome. Back to you, Rich.
Chambers Bay, as I turn it over to USGA President Stu Francis.
Thank you very much. We really have had a special week here at Chambers Bay. The weather, the competitors, the site, it's just been spectacular. I'd like to start out and first thank Chambers Bay Golf Club. We've now conducted 4 USGA National Championships here in the past 12 years, and you've been gracious hosts every time. In particular, we'd like to thank both the staff and the volunteers of Chambers Bay for such a first-class presentation of the golf course and the championship conditions that we had. We had a great match today. Monet and Saki, congratulations on how well you played. And at this point, we would like to present both the Robert Cox Memorial Trophy for the U.S. Women's Amateur Champion and the gold medal to Saki Baba. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Saki, congratulations as I bring you in here alongside Teresa Kimura, who helped with the conversation. You've had a wonderful stretch of golf, especially in the United States. How were you able to be so dominant in this championship match today?
キャディーさんといろいろ話し合っていろいろななんていうのかな。キャディーさんとの意見も合ってたり、やっぱり自分のパターとかもよく書いてくれたのですごい嬉しいです。
I think it's probably been my caddy, Bo, who really helped me with this. The way we were reading everything was good, so that's what brought plus my putting was pretty good. So I think that's brought the win.
Everything was pretty good. On the outside, you looked very calm. What were your emotions and nerves like on the inside on this championship day?
安心して全然ストレスないんだけど、実際はどうだったの？心の中ではどうだった？
心の中では、まあラウンド中はずっと勝つっていう風に考えてて、で、まあいつも通りの自分のプレーをまずできるようにっていうのと、まあとにかく勝ちたいっていう風に思ってラウンドしました。
I just kept on thinking of just winning, and just do my usual golf. And just the whole time I was thinking, I'm going to win, I'm going to win.
Well, you did win, and you now become the second player from Japan to win this U.S. Women's Amateur Championship. What does it mean to you and all the folks back home in Japan?
それはどう思いますか
？37年ぶりっていうのを聞いていて、でやっぱりその服部道子さんの次に名前を残すことができたのは本当に嬉しいです。
Hearing that it's 37 years since she won, being able to put my name next to her is really, really surprising and very happy.
Well, it was very well deserved. It was an absolute pleasure to watch you, Saki Baba. Congratulations on a great week.
ありがとうございます。Thank you.
Rich.
All right, Steve. So many